Hey yo, what's up guys? Doc.EFF here and I'm a fashion designer. Come check us out! Hey guys, so Ben here, aka Doc.EFF. This is my YouTube channel and I just want to do a quick intro video on kind of who I am and you know who Doc.EFF is, right? I'm from the Upper Peninsula, Michigan, but I live in Chicago right now. So I've been living in Chicago for like, man, it's been a long time, like 10 years now, something like that. Ever since college. So I went to Michigan State, and yeah, I'm originally an engineer, right? So I did something called applied engineering, but you know, it's kind of like industrial engineering. And after college, you know, I moved out here. I was actually in fashion. I was in kind of like the girls' dresses kind of thing. So I was an inventory analyst kind of guy, like, yo, that store needs some dresses, right? So we send it over, right? We do analytics on all that stuff. But after that, you know, I kind of want to get into software. So, you know, right after that, you know, I just taught myself how to program and, you know, I became a software developer. I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed the process, the creative process on how things get built, right? I really enjoy every aspect of it, right? From actually the engineering down to the design of it, right? And I think that, you know, throughout these years, I've always been obsessed with clothing, basically. You know what I mean? Fashion, all that kind of stuff, I just love it, right? Sneakers, oh my gosh, I'm a big sneakerhead. You're gonna see a lot of sneakers on my channel and stuff like that because, geez, I just love it. You know what I mean? The culture, everything about it, right? My favorite part of that culture is really the storylines that sneakers have, right? So you got this Jordan 1, you know, it was the first sneaker that Michael Jordan was rocking, things like that. You know what I mean? The colorways, right? The bread colorways, all that kind of thing. So I'm really into that kind of stuff. You know, I'm also into just like the new kind of designs, right? So Yeezy, right? Kanye West, all that stuff, and coming out with like the foam runners, you know, 350s, all that kind of thing. So I'm really into that kind of thing. I'm also in, you know, it's just about like me, like, I really like shopping. I really like finding something. You know, that's the thing for me, right? The thing for me is really just, I think shopping is like a very personal experience for somebody, right? You know, you could be thinking about something, thinking about someone. You're out and about, right, on the town, and you see something that you're like, oh crap, that actually would fit perfectly with that person, right? That's shopping to me, right? That's being able to physically see it. Now, I mean, I know with the internet, you know, you can go click and whatever, but, you know, and I like online shopping too, don't get me wrong, but I think that for me, the entryway into an idea or something is to physically see a product. So that's kind of, yeah, that's kind of my take on it. Yeah, so I really got into clothing growing up, right? And I think that, you know, growing up, I played a lot of sports. I played hockey all throughout high school on travel teams, and I even played after high school too, before college. And, you know, one of the things that like stuck out to me with clothing and like logos, right, is that it's just, you know, it's a very, in my opinion, probably the best way to bring people together, a bond, right? Say like, for instance, like Chicago Blackhawks, right? Someone's wearing a Blackhawks jersey, someone else is wearing a Blackhawks hat, right? They already have a connection there with clothing, right? They have a connection with the design, they have a connection with the team, right? So I think that it's a great way to kind of build that kind of bond. You know, and I think that, you know, a lot of these things are actually, you know, they're built in our society, right? Where it's like, oh, hey, you know, this person is wearing this shirt at a bar crawl or something, and that other person's wearing the same shirt. Okay, they're together, right? That kind of deal. So it's a good way to kind of show a bond that you might not be able to show in any other way, right? So visual aspects. I love it, you know what I mean? I think that being able to visually represent something and to have someone be able to, like, oh, I like that because I visually see it. You know, I think that is like, you know, it's another form of art, just like music, right? When someone hears a song, oh, I like this song, what is that, right? So, and that's another way people connect. So, you know, this started, you know, growing up, I just, you know, my parents, they had a lot of clothes laying around and stuff like that, you know. We're Filipino, so we got a lot of, you know, shipments from the Philippines, that kind of thing, and yeah, so, you know, shout out to my parents, you know, they still got the clothes. It's crazy, like my parents keep everything, so we got like every piece of clothing literally that we had growing up. So every time like I go back home or like my parents are like on the phone, they're like, hey, we have this stuff, right? We have this clothing that, do you want this? Man, this is like from when you were like 12 years old as a kid. I'm like, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Keep it for a while, we'll see, right? And it's just like, because I'm sentimental too, honestly. I'm a really sentimental guy. I'm not like the kind of guy that, it's not easy for me to part with stuff, right? I mean, over the years, it's become a lot easier, but it's not the easiest thing to do. And I'm not, you know, I'm not even gonna be like, I have a tough time buying stuff from like vintage stores because, you know, that's actually a hand-picked, curated piece by like somebody that owns a store. That's tough for me. So, you know, that's kind of just a tough thing. So, who is Doc.EFF, right? To be honest, I just really like the concept of like effing with stuff, right? So I was like, okay, right, here's something where, you know, there's a lot of Doc.EFFs, right? There's Doc to Feel Good, you know, there's like, you know, there's other ones too, but it's just like, you know, Doc.EFF is something that, it kind of reminds me of the upcycle process, right? It's kind of the same deal where it's like, oh, hey, here's something that, you know, there's already another Doc.EFF. It's not spelled the same way, but, you know, the same concept with a shirt, right? You take a shirt that you buy at like a vintage store, right? It doesn't get a lot of love or something like that, right? It's like on a rack for like $5-10, right? Like nobody likes it. Like there's something wrong with it. Maybe there's like holes in the armpits, right? Things like that. So like what I want to do is I want to be able to take that piece of clothing and just kind of bring it to a new light, right? Kind of just like make it fresh again, you know what I'm saying? So one of the things that I do and I love to do is, and I think that really adds a lot of it adds something to a design, is put zippers on it. So this is kind of like my signature. This is what, you know, this is what I'm kind of known for with my friends and all that kind of stuff. Hopefully for more people, but you know, zippers on the hats. You know, I got zippers down the shirt, kind of making these tank top kind of things. You know what I mean? So that's the kind of thing that I want to like bring to the table. You know what I mean? Where it's like, oh, I have an upcycle item. You know, let's throw some zippers on it. You know, and I'd love to, you know, I'm gonna give this stuff away. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do like these videos where I, you know, go through the process of why I did something, right? So, you know, Doc.EFF is all about kind of like, you know, sort of like an idea that is ingrained in the name itself, okay? And when something is ingrained in the name itself, that's very consistent, right? And I've just found that, you know, over the years, you know, it's very tough sometimes to audit ourselves. And I gotta audit myself to be like, yo, this is why I'm doing this. And if I put that in the name, if I put that in what I'm doing, you know what I mean? I think that right there is going to help me personally do the best job at designing a product that fits, you know, with just kind of just honestly just the brand and what I want to do, you know what I mean? What I believe in. So that's kind of why, you know, I name it like Doc.EFF. Plus I just think that, you know, I think it's a dope name, so that's why I would do it. What does Doc.EFF do, right? What does Doc.EFF do? So, you know, Doc.EFF, you know, honestly, I love clothing, right? I love working with clothing. I love seeing clothing. I love finding it. You know what I mean? I love just the whole experience of it, right? The whole connection with people, you know, people that are passionate about the same brands, right? And that's like a big thing. That's a big connection, right? You can already connect with some. Say you're wearing the same pair of shoes, right? It's just like, yo, those sneakers are hype. You know, I'm wearing the same ones, they're hype, and you know that they're hype. So you know what I mean? That's the sort of connection that gets built. So I love finding the clothes, and I just love editing, you know what I mean? I love putting my own spin on stuff. You know, and that's the kind of thing, that's the kind of artist that I kind of, you know, over the years, you know, I've kind of just come to, you know, I've come to realize, right? I'm the kind of guy that's, you know, there's an item there, let's make it a little bit fresher, let's add something to it. You know, let's add a little bit of story also behind it, you know, for me personally, right? And, you know, hopefully it connects with other people, the story. You know, for instance, like this shirt, this is a shirt from the line that I produced for Sneaker Fest, right? And there was, you know, a sneaker event, you know, big sneakerhead, right? I don't own Red Octobers, but I wanted to make a Red October inspired shirt, right? So this is kind of my my deal with Red October inspired shirt. So I found this plique, this tapestry, and I cut out these logos. This is from the LA Garment District. I found this, and then, you know, all the rest of the stuff is from Chicago. And that kind of thing, where it's just, you know, I keep my eyes open, and if there's something I want to, you know, create a collection for, an idea for, I'd love to do that. So, you know, that's what I did. Yeah, but you know what I mean? It's just a Red October inspired shirt, you know what I mean? But, you know, it's just like, those are the kind of things I like to do, and those are the kind of things that, you know, Doc.EFF appreciates in doing. So, yeah, so that was just an intro to Doc.EFF, the brand, and, you know, to myself, you know, so, you know, I mean, I'm definitely gonna be posting more videos about the process of which I go through to design the products, as well as kind of just shopping and seeing like my sort of thought process behind, oh, hey, like this is why I picked this certain item up and this is what I'm gonna do with it, right? So yeah, sometimes I have no idea what I'm gonna do with an item. But honestly, I see it, I'm just like, yo, that is hype, it's gonna be hype, we're gonna do something to make it hype, right? Like, I don't care if I gotta cut the graphic out to make it hype and put it on something else, it's gonna be dope. So that's kind of, you know, that's kind of what makes me happy. That's what I'm passionate about. And I would love to connect with people that are into design, you know what I mean, that have suggestions for anything that I'm doing, right? Because that's one thing too, really, design is all about taking feedback. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not really doing anything too crazy here. I mean, there's obviously like obviously it's like, yo, that color should go there, or like this streamlines the body, you know what I mean, that kind of thing, that sort of thing. But it's really about just, you know, working with the item you have and really thinking about it, right? You know, so, you know, a lot of things it just takes time and you got to think about it. I hope that intro video was, you know, somewhat useful to get an idea of like what I'm trying to do out here and what the brand is about. Yeah, so have a great day, guys, and you know, I'll see you guys soon. What the? Yo, have a great day, guys. What the?